broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh, you guys have no idea what we have in store for you tonight. We are here, AFTERBUZZ TV. We are back. We have episode 5, our Shark Tank after show. We've got a full panel here tonight, which is nice. We've had the full band almost. Well, the band's back together.
This is the third back together.
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. Not a bad record. Not
good.
I'll take that record.
I've been here all 5. I'm just saying.
Fine, you're better than the rest of us.
You get a rookie.
So hey guys, I'm Stef Z. Along the way, you can tweet at me at I am Stef Z with an F. Let me introduce the panel tonight, and then we've got some special guests for you. I've got Cameron.
Heyo, Cameron Lewis here at the Only Camshaft, Twitter and Instagram. Let us know what you think of the show. Zoe.
Hey, I'm Zoe Hewitt. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Zoe Said What. That's ZOE Said What.
Said what? And you can find me, Guy David86 on Twitter and Instagram. I'm really pissed you got more Instagram followers than me.
Guy, you gotta get on it.
Travesty.
She's going.
Well, I think we're all gonna get more followers because our special guest tonight, if you guys remember from last week, we were such big fans of the Milk and Brookies crew. They actually happen to be based here in Los Angeles. They reached out to us, offered us some brookies, and they are here on our
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, we've got Marcus, Naima, and Javon. Did I do it right?
Perfect.
Oh my God. And yes, if you guys out there are wondering, I did make them do the dance before I let them in the studio. Already, you guys are our favorite guests. Not only because when you guys walked out, we loved your energy, and I feel like so much of a business is energy. It's, when you're in business with somebody, it's your family. So the fact that you guys have this energy together and you can portray it so easily on national television where it's infectious, it's like you're loved. So who doesn't want something that's made with love, especially when it comes to food?
You're right.
Thanks, guys.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Right.
We're gonna actually try and figure it out. We're doing it.
Go for it.
I hope you made these with extra love.
Extra super duper love.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go in for this one.
So
Look at this.
tell us what
flavors.
flavors. Yeah, tell us what flavors we have here.
Which one is this?
The OG.
The
original.
That's what
What
started it
was
all.
that again?
And tell us what's in
the
it.
fudge brownie with the chocolate chip cookie.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Hell yeah.
It's literally what started it all.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then what else do we have?
And don't tell us the calories.
No.
They don't even matter.
Okay.
No, they don't.
And then we have a turtle. What you're picking up is a turtle, Cameron.
Yeah.
It has
Which
pecan
one?
in the brownie. And it has the turtle cookie, which has pecan, caramel, and chocolate chips. And then we drizzle it with a little caramel because that makes it really
Oh my
sexy.
God.
I'm just going to have one of each.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna do this right now.
I feel bad. I don't want to eat it. It looks so
Why?
pretty.
Why?
It's so pretty.
No.
Do it.
They are not
kill it.
meant to
Live your
be.
lives. Kill
Actually,
it.
I'm thinking we forgot to get napkins.
We'll be okay.
Lick your fingers, girl. Lick your fingers.
So is
You'll
this-
be all right.
I'll get more followers that
This
way.
part's the cookie, right?
Uh-huh.
And this part's the brownie.
Exactly.
Combined.
I get it now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the color difference. I didn't know that.
Right.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Are we
So
I already.
Oh, Zoe, what the hell?
you didn't even cheers us.
Zoe's real.
I thought we were going to do a countdown.
Did you get taught manners when you were growing up? Who did you grow up with?
Did you grow up in a barn?
I grew up
I'm
with
like, what is
kangaroos,
this
and I
on
knew
top?
what manners in there.
And I hear over there, oh yeah. Wait a second.
I'm going in.
Oh,
Oh my God.
see? Look at that. Look at all that goodness.
And then we have red velvet that has cheesecake
This is amazing.
with the cookie and the brownie.
It's like a sexual experience.
It really is a little.
That's
Do I
the
pop-
first time we heard that.
So this is the most I've had in a long time.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
And now
Well, we're glad we can help.
Right. Anything to get you there. Anything to get you there.
Anything.
So tell us a little bit about I can't even think about
Our
anything right
podcast
now.
listeners are like, what's going on?
We're eating
You're like
brookies.
How do you avoid
Now,
eating
wouldn't
your
it be
inventory?
perfect if you had some milk right now?
Yeah.
Life.
See? There you go.
Frozen milk,
Ice cream.
I thought you were about to pull some out when you said
I
that.
was too. I was like,
Damn.
oh.
So you got something in there?
Hey, this exceeded my expectations.
It
My
really
expectations were high.
See?
So, how long, Steph and I, when we went into Shark Tank, we were surprised about how long the pitches actually were. They were an hour, even an hour and a half. How long was your actual pitch?
What,
We
45
were,
minutes?
it wasn't, yeah, it felt like this.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, we were in there probably about 45
Were there any
minutes.
questions they left out showing on air that they asked you that?
Oh, absolutely.
They're
There was
like-
a lot of stuff that was left
They're
out.
like-
Well, yeah. What's the biggest thing that you wish had been left in?
Yeah.
Oh. Not my skit. Not my skit.
Your skit. Your skit.
There was full single ladies dancing in there. Full choreography.
Yes.
Full choreography.
Well, so take us back a minute first. So tell us a little bit about, I mean, the people that watch this show, we assume they watch Shark Tank, so they've probably seen it, but tell us a little bit about how you guys came to, let's bring this to Shark Tank. Like, what made you think that was the place? Because a lot of these products, I would think, there's a lot of investors. It's delicious. No one's going to counteract that. You know what I mean? So what was it that made you be like, Shark Tank, that's the avenue we want to go?
Well, we have another business partner that's in Atlanta, and in Atlanta they had a casting call, and they were looking to what I believe is increase minority representation. So
Okay.
she just filled out the paperwork, and we kind of forgot about it. You know, it's like, okay, well, let's do this and see if it works. And then we get this email on a Sunday at 3 p.m. that says they want us to be present on Monday morning at 8 a.m. And so I couldn't find a flight at all to get out there, so she had to do it all on her own. Like, literally, I taught her how to make brookies on FaceTime.
On FaceTime, we're like, put the chocolate chips in there and make sure you get it right.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So she
And honestly, I was like, we are not going to get on Shark Tank. I was
She's Debbie Downer in the group.
But so the woman who's in Atlanta, she's the one then who got you guys on. So they
Yeah.
cast you without meeting you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That
They
is
saw us,
amazing.
They could not let us be on the show.
Right.
Well, clearly.
Right.
Then we sent in our video with all of us.
Oh,
And
wow.
How long did it take once she went to that casting for you guys to actually prepare and present? Like, once you got
was
the
May.
yes, was it like you had months to prepare your
No.
numbers? Or was it
Everything
just like
was
you're
like
coming?
Everything happened
2
within a
weeks
month.
day. So
Oh,
like,
wow.
Wow.
She entered, she completed all the application, I would say, is in March. And then we filmed in
Was it
June.
March?
Yeah, it's like March.
I thought it was like all in
Yes.
a month. It happened so
Because
fast.
every time we turn around, they were requesting something from us.
Did you do the pitch to other
I never eat
potential
dessert.
investors or anything like that? Did you? Who'd you practice the pitch with? Anyone?
Ourselves. Ourselves.
It was an organic pitch.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
very organic. That's what everyone. That's what drew you. People
Yeah.
loved
Yeah.
you, even though you didn't get a deal because of your infectious enthusiasm.
Right.
And that these are amazing.
Now,
I am
walk
not
us
a
through.
dessert person,
Yes.
and I just ate it.
Oh yeah. Walk us through what happens after the tank. So your episode airs last week. What happens
Hang on a
next?
second.
No sleep.
Yeah, you're exhausted.
No sleep. We're in the kitchen non-stop.
Like, really, we have no business being here right now.
Right. We should be baking.
Like, literally.
You know what?
We leave the kitchen every morning like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak for the panel, but in the same sense, speak for myself, because we are so excited that you guys are here and we're taking you away from your busy business. We will all volunteer 2 hours to come help if you.
Oh my God! Yes! You gotta
Can I
get
get that
that.
in writing?
We might eat all your product.
The
is
people
all.
of America
Fine.
have spoken.
Because I think it would be cool too. You guys came to your apartment. It'd be cool to see your whole process and just to be
absolutely.
in this.
That'd be amazing.
If it will be more hassle to have people in your hair, we don't have to come. But you took the
you
time
know what?
for us, and we would happily come and
Let's
help
do
you
it.
guys
We
as well.
totally appreciate that. And the pop-up is where we need a lot of help too, because simultaneously we're doing a pop-up from the beginning of October all the way through December 31st. And we were not aware that we were going to air in this time frame.
Oh,
So-
really?
They tell you 3 weeks before.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Yeah.
every single day.
Right.
We're at the Westfield Culver City, which is like the old Fox Hills Mall,
Right.
in the food
Yeah.
court near Burger King.
Every Saturday.
Every day.
Every day.
We
Wow.
have a
So-
pop-up.
So then the big question, now the Sharks asked you why no one had quit their jobs. Have you at this point then, considering you're there every single day,
Just
No.
I'm on the verge. Like, you know what? I can't take this
I'm
anymore.
supposed to go back to work on Thursday, and I'm like, how am I going to do that?
Nah, screw it.
Because you guys said, now what was the preparation? If they only give you 3 weeks, is that what they gave you, 3 weeks to let you know that your show
They
was
gave
airing?
us 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Right, they ended up telling us in 3, but the paperwork says 2 weeks. And they let us
So did you at that point in time be like, oh my God, we got to get our website up. We got to like reinforce our foundation, because it's known that once you're on Shark Tank, whether you get a deal or not, you get this spike in sales.
Blows
And
up.
a lot of people, you know, the repercussions for not being able to serve that is very, people are like, oh, well, they should have been ready. So it's like, did you guys amp up, or were you knew that you were okay, or what did you do to get ready, so to speak?
We did a lot of that work prior to even knowing that we were going to be aired, because like we really are positive thinkers. So once we got on the show, we knew that they loved. We had a good time. It felt good. It was a lot of fun. So what we did was to look into our website way back then. As soon as we finished filming, Mark Cuban gave us some advice to make sure that we were amped up and ready to go. So we did that on the back.
So we wouldn't have like website crashes.
Oh, very nice.
What did he say exactly?
He said for us to contact his people at Rackspace.
Oh, of course. That's it.
There it is.
Love him. P.S. Big fan of Mark.
Did he charge you for that?
No, all free advice. All free advice. So they're really, really awesome. So they were talking about that, and then what was the company that Barbara had invested in that Daisy Cakes, where they lost all the phone sales?
She suggested that we have a call center handle phone calls, like things that we would not have even thought of. So we were ready for things like that, so that we can focus on baking.
And so we all had that prepared prior to.
Oh, so smart.
That's great.
Yeah. We do a lot of research and development. So once we had the 2 weeks notice, it was about pulling the trigger and making things happen.
Right.
So why don't other people do that?
We don't know. But they could call us and we could tell.
So I have a question for you. Was there, you know, a lot of the sharks have specific strengths, I guess is the right word. Maybe not the right word, but the word. Was there a specific shark that you guys were like, we'll take a deal, but we really want whomever that is?
I think of all of us, I was the biggest Shark Tank fan prior to, and never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I would be on that show. But so Barbara was who I thought we should make a deal with, because she does a lot of food deals, and I know that she knows the industry well and could prepare us. But
yeah,
her bad.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
You guys were so like confident and fun in there. When you left, did you have a big sense of disappointment that no one had invested, or did you feel like, hey, we know everything blows up after it's on Shark Tank, we're good?
Not at all.
I think we were so nervous, or I was for sure, because I watched the show all the time. I was so nervous that Kevin was going to tear us to shreds.
So would
I was like, girl, he's going to cause a cockroach. He is going to we're dead to him. And the fact that we like survived, and they were all really nice and gave us great advice, and we left there like happy.
Right. And they paid us the ultimate compliment that said like we were better than Wicked Good Cupcakes. So it's like, that works just fine for us.
Yes.
They didn't say that on air.
Right.
What did you guys think watching the show back? Watching your episode back?
Hilarious.
We die laughing every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Like yesterday.
But they cut it. It looked a bit harsher.
It did.
On TV
Oh,
than
really?
it was in
did.
Because I
person.
don't think my face had that disappointment over and over again. I think
Yeah.
Right, it's the same look, like
from
3 times.
smiling. You know, they tell you when you're out there, be friendly, smile. So then when they weren't talking to me, I stopped my smile.
Sure, yeah. You're listening.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm focused.
Right.
Yeah.
That happens to me on this all the time.
It does.
So what's happened since, and what's the next moves for you guys?
Since we are like exhausted, we have been
baking.
we bake all night.
Time to bake the brookies.
Right.
Are you still dancing while you bake?
We do.
Yes, we're all
do.
over the kitchen. We're twerking on pans.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
You guys have to tweet us a video or something.
Yeah.
Careful what you ask for.
Oh yeah.
You have to.
You should add a note, made with love and twerk.
Right.
That's a,
But did the sales after exceed your expectations?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. the night like after East Coast aired, like email was just blowing up, like phone is just like do. We're like, what is going on? Like, what's happening?
Wow. Were you guys there? Like, do you guys all live together?
No.
How are you guys are related? What's your...
No, your roommate. 2 of you are roommates.
Your roommate.
Yeah.
And you're a best friend.
I'm best friend.
Okay.
I'm
I thought there was okay, yeah. No, that was the other one.
That was the other one.
One of the other Sharks' comments, if I recall, had been that they thought you had so many options. And now that you guys are up baking all night, do you still offer as many options?
We've cut down.
Well, even after the show, after we filmed the show, prior to it airing, all of the advice that they told us or they gave us, we actually took heed to. So we had something called a builder brookie. It would literally allow you to add in different things. Like
How customize
all types of different
your brookie however you like.
Right.
Got rid of that.
Immediately.
That day.
We still kind of have a lot of choices.
Yeah.
That's kicking our ass right now, but you know what?
Is this
We're gonna make
talking?
it. We are gonna make it.
That was one of the interesting things that I took away, that they were saying when you customize something, 4.
Yeah.
Were they saying
you should
4?
have focus on 4.
4 major ones that you can flip out, which was interesting because I would have never.
Right.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
That
Right.
would make our life so much easier.
Right.
But it's like it's an experience.
We want you
Sure.
to experience.
Yeah.
You know, and we
This
don't
is the
wanna
home
take
of the
that away from
brookie.
it.
Yeah, I am so freaking excited that we know the Brookie people.
I know. You guys are so much
We've been
fun.
covering this show for 2.5 years.
Yeah, something
2.5
like that,
years.
yeah.
By far our favorite.
Oh my God!
Look
Thank
at
you
your
guys.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
You are, girl.
I'm not even a dessert fan. It was great, but I just like you guys.
You know, a lot of
Thank
people
you.
say that. A lot of
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, I'm not a dessert fan," or "I'm not a chocolate lover."
Because
Yeah.
it would have been like, I can't eat a whole brownie because it'd be
Right.
too much, and I don't really like a cookie because it's kind of boring. So
Right.
it's a perfect marriage, you know. And it's just fun to see young, energetic people doing what they love, creating a business, following the
Yeah.
dream. Like, it's like when you risk something and you start a business, it's just, you know, you want to be part and you want to be close to people like that. And you know, we all love this show for similar reasons. We're entrepreneurs. We have stuff. You know what I mean? So it's it's just awesome to experience more people that share a common passion and love. So yeah, I was really excited.
And after trying these, I'm probably going to get diabetes. So.
Oh, we don't want that.
No, not at all. Not
We'll
at
have a
all.
sugar-free one for you. We'll get a sugar-free one.
Because I'm going to be at your place all the time.
We'd love to have you.
I'll drive from Orange County.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
God bless you.
I didn't see any napkins.
Yeah, no way.
You never need them.
You
Lick your
never need
fingers.
those,
I've been licking.
You don't need them.
You don't need them.
Actually, I've
Wait.
been wanting to ask you guys, but I didn't want you to laugh. Do I have any chocolate on my face?
Plenty.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
You maybe have a little bit. You can clean it off with a dude wipe. Right here. Pass them around.
Don't let your finger poke through.
Sponsored by Dude Wipe.
Okay, when you guys are there, do other companies let you have samples of their product? Is it like we're all here, have a brookie, let me have a dude wipe?
Yeah.
During the we had to do it was like a rehearsal, a pitch.
Where'd you get this from?
Practice.
Yeah.
Practice.
Let's
Wait, a pitch.
Oh,
Wait, so there's a pitch practice.
And so you get to see the other companies and what they have going on, and so you do get to try. And we let people try brookies too. And
Did you try the dude wipes?
No.
we
We
didn't
didn't
get
try
to
one
see
now?
dude wipes. We didn't see dude wipes.
Yeah, they weren't there.
Where'd you get this from,
Wait,
Kim?
wasn't that the same episode?
Just
I
down
guess
the
it
store.
wasn't.
They didn't
Really?
film on the same day, or they may have, but we
you
never
didn't
saw
see
them.
that.
Oh, it
I've
broke.
seen them, yeah.
These are really thin. Was it Barbara who invested in these?
Mark.
Barbara didn't like the finger. It was
Marky
Mark,
just kind of trumped in. All right, so you guys,
Mark.
like us, are entrepreneurs, you're fans, so we would love to have, you know, we're going to go through some of the pitches from last Friday.
Okay.
Just join in, chime in, whatever you think, whatever fits in, let us know. Again, you guys out there, we've got the Milk and Brookies crew. You should order yours at milkandbrookies.com.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Just quickly,
I was
do you
looking on the
guys
box. It should be on the box, too.
do you guys want to wholesale to retail? What's the next plan for you guys? What's the next step?
We have some wholesale to retail plans. That's like an ultimate goal. We have a couple of purchase orders in place right now. Ideally, we would love to get into like Starbucks and things like that. Coffee
I could
houses.
see
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
perfect in
Things
Starbucks.
like that.
Yeah.
Right now we're at Bottle Rock in Culver City. We're the only dessert that's offered there.
Good.
Yeah.
In Culver City.
Good.
We're also featured on Open Taste, which is an online grocer.
Okay.
So we are at those two places consistently.
So you guys are rolling. You're on your way.
Absolutely.
And that was prior to Shark Tank.
Oh, really?
Those two relationships. And so after after Shark Tank, we started to do the pop-ups. We're going to do more pop-ups and can just continue with that route for right now.
Making stuff. Yeah. That's awesome. The phone makes static.
Got it.
Oh.
Awesome.
All right, cool. So let's get into it. We had our first pitch tonight. We had the Three Jerks Jerky.
Yes.
They wanted $100,000 for 15% of the company, and it's pretty much beef jerky that's like filet mignon. What do you guys?
I was a big fan of this one.
I'm all about beef jerky.
Me too.
I've
I'm
actually
all
ordered from
about
them, and
beef
they're
jerky.
really,
We met them. They were nice. They were really nice.
Did they
We didn't
give
get to
you
taste
some?
the jerky.
We didn't
though.
get to taste, but
But
the
I was
thing.
like, I will buy some of that. I am
You
all
guys,
about the
I went
jerky.
online. I thought I could bring some actually because I was going to order and I thought it
You
wouldn't get here
tease
in
us
time.
every time. You're always
it
like,
didn't
I'm
get
gonna.
here.
We got brookies and dude wipes. What did you bring?
You got to walk the walk. You can't just talk the talk.
I'm off the panel, you guys.
Oh.
Do you need a fourth
They're out of
rubber?
there.
I'll come fill it.
Did anyone not
Switch.
like this?
I love this.
I
because
loved it too.
I love beef jerky. And by the way, they were saying, I think it was Kevin that was saying this is too high a premium for jerky. $11.99? That's not that high.
It's not high at all.
Right.
Filet mignon.
That's
Oh
what I'm
my
saying.
gosh. Say,
And they were saying about the sodium on that. I love jerky. I actually am a big fan of turkey jerky. I don't know if you guys have
girl,
had it.
no.
Yeah.
And there's one, it's good. It's good. This is perky jerky. It's really good.
Really? Okay.
It's called, and the thing about it, it's got the least amount of sodium that I found. And all, some of those jerkies they have like 800 gram
And
milligrams
you're
of
going to
sodium.
pull a tooth out trying to snap it.
No, but the turkey's good. I did almost choke once. I did
There's
choke.
something about the
I
word.
wanna try that
There's something
now.
about the word filet mignon that just gets
There
me.
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just sells it for me there.
It's really good. The Chipotle one is really, really good.
Oh, did you try it?
I did. 'Cause,
Oh.
like after we left there was one other company.
Oh, so you got some beef jerky you didn't tell us?
I was booked.
You had the jerky.
You
I
didn't
did.
share
I
the
kept it on the low.
It was good.
So shady.
It looks like I'm not the only one out of the group.
I'm not. You can't.
You guys need to switch.
You can't Latoya me. No.
So we've got, and it was really interesting again. And you guys, with Mr. Wonderful, he does try and create these crazy perpetuity deals and stuff. And he right away got in the pot with $100,000 for 33%.
Yeah.
Which again, he was like, I want to be a partner, even though there was 3 partners, one wasn't there. Which sometimes it is. It's like you want to stick to your guns for your valuation, but in the same sense, you got a shark that can open so many doors, and it's like, would you rather have 10% of millions and millions of dollars or 80% of $100,000?
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you gotta that's why I think sometimes we see these 15 to 33 to 20 to 5. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I don't think those are really stuck in stone. How was it for you guys? Like, how did you get your number for your valuation? Did you literally get
I love how we all looked like.
Like, what do people say on Shark Tank? Okay, let's say that.
Right. Say that.
That's brilliant. I've always wondered that.
Yes.
Anything will help.
Anything.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
Right. Whatever you need.
$50? No.
Got it.
Oh my god. What am I doing?
Answer your question.
I love it so
Oh
much.
my god, I love it. I do. And then Robert came in, then Damon came in, then Lori came in, and it was like I really didn't see that this one right away was going to be a shark fight. Like I didn't
I
understand.
didn't
Yeah.
either.
I
It
didn't-
must have
I didn't-
tasted that good.
It must have been amazing.
It had to.
Let us know. How was
You
it?
are mad.
Was it worth
Yes, I
it?
am.
It was. It was worth it.
Yeah.
It's an extremely competitive market. I didn't think that's the problem I saw.
Yeah,
They all jumped in.
But they're the only
No,
filet
filet
mignon.
Only
Yeah.
filet mignon.
That's the
I
big
will
deal.
search them down.
But can't that be? Can't other jerky companies just go, "Oh, we're going to do
They could.
filet mignon now"?
They could.
They can,
but
but
they
they
haven't.
can't take the claim that they're the first ones to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but sometimes the first isn't always the best. So
This
it's
is true.
really.
Except for us.
There will never be a better brookie.
Never.
Mark my words.
Never.
Hashtag no better brookie.
Mr. Wonderful did surprise me with this.
He did surprise me
Whenever
with
he
this
gives
too.
an equity deal, I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
He must
Yeah.
care that much about it.
Yeah,
And
it
the
starts
fact-
making my mind tick.
And the fact that he still, what I really liked about this deal, which I haven't seen in Mr. Wonderful in a while, was he wanted to keep his same percentage, but he was willing to give more money. Like he was going
Yeah.
the way with the
That's
money
right.
to get closer to the valuation rather than the percentage, which
Right.
was showing that he really wanted to be a partner in this. He didn't
Yeah.
want to just have a piece of this company. He had it spoke to me that he had a vision already for
Would
this.
you have gone with him?
I don't know. Like, the thing with me for Kevin and talking to him and interviewing him, the fact that in his portfolio right now, we've talked about this, that the only businesses that are profitable in his portfolio have women CEO. So the fact that I like that, and I like that he cares and gets behind it. The interview that I did with him, you saw a very different side with him. You saw a nice, soft side, so I'm sure he plays it up for TV a little bit. So I think he's smart, and I think he's compassionate, and not only is he smart and compassionate, but he's business. Right. And I trust that if I was to give him something, whatever, he's his word, like I trust him for that. So I might
He's all about business.
Right. Yeah, I mean, unless it was a better deal, because I think they all are all about business, but unless it was like a strictly better deal, which we see happens, I would have went with him. Like, I would love to do business with him. Holy crap.
I think I would have too.
I would have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unlike the fact that he wanted 33%.
Yeah.
He's a real partner. Like you said.
He wanted to become one of the jerks.
Yeah, he wanted to be a jerk.
Wanted to be the chicken, I guess.
What's that? The chicken. The chicken. He wanted to be the chicken.
He wanted to be the chicken.
The poor chicken got whacked.
The thing that I found really interesting in this one, it's sort of something I had brought up last week about multiple sharks. Damon mentioned it this week. He said, when there are too many of us, then it becomes an issue of who do we follow and who do we listen to. Right. And they haven't said that in the past. I brought it up last week because I was curious. And granted, like a deal later, I think multiple sharks went in. But I thought that was interesting that he stepped back in that and said, nah, I don't want to be a partner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I
never think about it.
And I like too that we saw Damon, like he had an option for exactly that, to be partners and stuff. And Damon just was like, you know what? I don't want to be partners with Lori. I got this, and I want this. And it was interesting too, because when we talked to Damon,
I was going to bring that up
on press day, he said that this season he wanted to do more food products.
But he also said something else, which I knew that he was going to invest in this, because do you remember he walked past and he was speaking to someone? I don't know if you were with me, and he said, man, I just can't stop thinking about this beef jerky company I just invested in.
Oh, really?
Do you remember he said that?
Oh, so
he must have done it. He must have done it before.
Oh yeah, when did you guys do?
We filmed
in June. Yeah, June 20th.
When did we go?
I don't know, but he must have, because I heard him say it.
Yeah, he must have.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I heard him say it to someone, so I said to whoever I was watching, I said to my fiance, I'm like, Damon's got this, because I remember he said about this beef jerky company. I think he said it to Barbara.
That's really shocking with your memory.
It's fine, I just made that up. Right. He didn't say that.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing, though. And I agree with the decision that these guys ended up doing, because if you're in the tank and Damon does that, a light would have gone off in my head going, okay, that's the guy. Mm-hmm. Because he's not willing to sacrifice his share of the company because he believes in it. Yeah. So I think they made the right call.
All right. Yeah, well, we see they go with Damon. They get a deal for 17.5% for $100,000.
Great deal.
Anything else that stood out before we move on to... this one's going to be a hot topic.
Oh, wait, before that, wasn't part of that deal also he had the option to buy in for the equity. He had, and I didn't understand actually. Did you guys understand? I didn't understand he could later invest more.
So actually, I think what the deal was, he did $100,000 for 15%, and because they were willing to give 30%, the other sharks hinted to that they might need more money.
Right.
So if they need more money, he would go up to $200,000, but then his equity would raise to 30% instead of having two sharks do that. Is what I understood it as.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. So let's move on.
Steph.
To the skinny mirror.
What do you say about this?
Okay.
I have so much to say about this girl.
Okay.
Did anyone like this?
No.
The problem.
Are you serious?
No, come on.
Think you're so cute in the house. You can walk out the house looking crazy.
No.
Here's my biggest.
They're like, yes,
my biggest issue with this.
Confident. Too confident.
I would not be able to trick myself after I bought the thing.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean by that?
Like, okay, if I buy it and I go, okay, this thing, it's not going to be a true reflection. Like, I'm going to see.
You're too smart for the skinny mirror.
I'm gonna every time I look at it, I'm going to go, that's not me. And more so, having it in retail spaces.
That's horrible.
Okay.
That's the horrible
That's
part.
The retail I didn't love.
No, the thing for me was I was excited. I saw this girl because you see the little print. And
I
it's
loved
like
her, by the
this
way.
surfer,
Yeah, me
this
too.
skater, and I'm like, this woman athlete. What is she gonna do for our world?
Nothing.
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 But I
Bring it to you, the
think
skinny mirror.
she ain't bringing that to nothing.
This is top 10 stupidest inventions in Shark Tank history.
I do believe that
I love the
Melinda's-
girl, but it was.
I do believe that her intentions
We're well.
were well.
Absolutely,
She
100%.
thought in her twisted mind that she was doing something to help insecure women, but I feel like she is just 100% falling into this terrible thing we do to women in their appearance, and having something like a skinny, like, let's make you look good in the store and lie to you. And again, this is what you see with Mr. Wonderful, how he was very right away he was just like, no, you're lying, this is bullshit.
Right, like, I forbid any of
the sharks. Any of the sharks. Like, my thing is, if you're shaped like a 2-liter soda and you walk past this mirror like, oh, I'm a Coke bottle, no, you're still a 2-liter soda. Like, stop it. Like, you can't buy a sleeve, and no, that's not how this works.
Let me ask you guys this: if there was no retail aspect to this product, if it was simply the at-home application, is this investable? Would they have gotten a deal?
No, because
I don't think so either.
You know how many times I see women walk, and I'm just like, that girl does not own a mirror. Or somebody said, you look good, you should wear that. No, like, you need to be told the truth. But then
at the end of the day, all that matters is how you feel about yourself, right?
Yeah,
true.
Thank you. And that's
looking crazy.
No,
like,
you can't.
But there's some type of guideline.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
Zoe, you have the floor.
I'm with you guys.
Yours.
Okay. I do think that it needs to be separated somewhat from the retail application and the product itself. Now, the product itself, I agree with her that there are so many of us, you know, I'll speak for myself. I'll admit on air, like, I'm super insecure. And so she's right. Like, if I, you know, had that extra confidence, that would be really nice. And I don't care if I'm lying to myself. It's like setting my
I will text
ahead.
you every day and tell you that you're beautiful.
Thank you.
I
It's like setting my clock ahead 10 minutes. It makes me a little faster. So I look in the mirror and I go, hey, look, I feel really good today, and then I walk out of the house. I'm not saying I'm wearing, like, something that's super inappropriate, like you're saying, like, walking down the street. Why are people doing that? Because those people are going to look the same inappropriate in the skinny mirror.
So
it's just going to, I think, boost people's confidence.
Are you going to buy one?
Yeah. I would like one. I would feel good looking in the mirror. I'd feel good walking out of my house.
But you're a smart, intelligent woman. Wouldn't you understand that? Like, I feel like it would get old. I'm totally serious.
No, I'm with you.
I feel like it would get old because you would look at it and be like, I know I look good here, but the mirror in the bathroom, like, in
That's what I
like, the mirror in the bathroom's like, I don't know.
That's
or
what
you're gonna be out at a restaurant, you're gonna see a mirror, and then you're gonna feel twice as bad because you're like, oh, I blew up in an hour. You know, like,
how big is the change though? Because they said, like,
you
with
saw
Lori,
did you see it on Damon?
I think yes, you could see it then.
It
so
lengthened him.
If there's like a happy medium, I wouldn't mind it being the last thing I look at before I leave the house. I wouldn't mind a happy medium. How is that different than women putting on makeup to feel a little bit better?
I feel like this.
I mean, it's not
because you
want to
know the truth about yourself when you're walking out.
Do you?
I do.
I don't think I do.
Don't people have their favorite mirrors already? Like,
yes,
my bathroom
right?
mirror makes me look ripped. Then my other mirror makes me look like a lark.
And that was kind of her point. That mirrors now aren't really accurate.
Anyway.
And so might as well have one that makes you look better as opposed to one that makes you look worse than you are.
My bathroom
Are
mirror makes me
you
look
hopping the fence and you want to ski?
I don't know.
I'm going to get her one for Christmas. I'm going to get her one for Christmas.
How
Don't
is
do
it
that to
different
me.
than
If
lighting?
anywhere there should be a skinny mirror, it should be in the Milk and Brookies store. I still look good.
Right. This turtle is popping.
I just think also, like, okay, and I lost my train of thought with that.
That's all right.
I'm really curious to see what her sales were like. Her sales are like after the show. I'm
afraid of this mirror being in stores.
Yes,
I don't want to come across this mirror.
Well, it's got to have the little logo in the bottom.
That's what she said then. We'll see.
Zoe remembers.
I remember. How is it different than lighting? Like, sometimes I do go into dressing rooms and I see, like, and I'm like, oh, I look really good, and I buy it. And I get home, how is that different? And I look in my mirror, which is not a skinny mirror, and I go, oh my God. And then it goes right back to the store and I get my money back.
I think
how
that's a fair point,
different?
but the lighting is not sold for that purpose.
Of course it is. But
No, but you look into a mirror for a specific use, which is looking at your appearance.
And
the lighting is there for multiple different reasons.
Really?
Yes, they turn it down and dim it down. Yes, 100%.
Listen to this.
But the mirror is number one thing you look at for your appearance.
I was at Bloomingdale's.
Yes.
Okay. I had to go out. I was looking for a nice outfit. I went to Bloomingdale's. Their mirrors have a whole, like, an up and down, I don't know what you call it, like a lighting thing. So you can pick
like my bathroom
what
mirrors.
the light. Yeah, apparently, yes.
They have
You
a
can
dimmer.
pick. But it's better than a dimmer, I guess, because it's a whole like.
Right.
Yes, like a I know people who are listening are like, "What's she doing with that?"
I'm trying to help. I got you.
And it says things like office lighting and evening lighting, so it is very definitely sold. And honestly, I moved the dimmer up and down about 1 million times, and I couldn't tell a difference. And I did buy the outfit.
See, I guess the difference is the lighting called skinny lighting? I don't know. To me, there's a difference. Maybe there's not.
Well, you know what? That's a very valid point. If this mirror was called the feel-good mirror, or like something that didn't have a
connotation to it.
Yes, maybe it would be different. But I understand what you're saying about makeup and stuff. But in the same sense, it's like it's just a lie. In my mind, it's like I don't. It's like if you go out, guy, and meet this girl. I know you have a fiance, whatever. But like, say you went out and met this girl with this makeup and this thing, and then you took her home. And the next morning, her makeup was off, and you woke up and you're like, ah, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you're lying.
That reminds me of college.
I think at the end of the day, the last thing I'll say on it is I am totally cool that this thing exists. If people want to buy these for their homes, whatever.
Right.
When it gets into the stores, that's when it bothers me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on. But before we move on, we want to give a shout out to the Three Jerks Jerky because they are tuned in. We would love you to be our guests. We don't know where you're located.
Yeah.
Come along.
Yeah. We have fun here.
Yeah, they're local. Sweet. Come on. We'd love some jerky. We'd love to talk to you. We got the Milk and Brookies here. They're big fans.
And we'll make it a Shark Tank alumni meeting.
Please, I love it. I want that jerky so badly.
I do too. I really do.
We want the jerky. We'd love to have you guys on next week if you're available.
Quick reminder to everybody: subscribe to the podcast, comment, rate us 5 stars, let us know what you think. #ABTV Shark Tank. All right, Steph, what's next?
Okay, so we are going to move on to the Switch Witch. Now, if we spend more than 3 minutes on this, I'm going to be disappointed.
I want to show you something. These are my notes for the Switch Witch.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like. Again, we've touched on it. Lori said it wants to be. I don't even know what that thing is called.
Mitch on a bench.
Elf on a shelf. So pretty much, the concept of this. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it was a little bit not direct and foggy. It's like you switch out your kid's candy for a present.
Yeah.
Sabotage. Just sabotage.
Which, by the way, here's my biggest argument against this product. Why don't you just do it?
Exactly. Like, why do you have to put a prop in its place? That's silly.
Right.
And you're teaching these kids that nowadays, I feel like these kids are so entitled in a way that they need this instant gratification. Yeah. There's never enough. There's always more, and it's like, you know, when I went trick-or-treating when I was a kid, you got like half bag candy. Done. Go out a day.
Right.
You didn't come home with like. I didn't come home with enough candy where my parents felt that they had to go out and buy me a present instead.
Right.
Which, by the way, how is that a solution? I think that's a much better solution.
But why 10? Oh, because you can only have 10 pieces of candy?
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I think it was the magical number. Yeah.
I didn't get this.
She didn't feel like doing all that walking.
They were trying to invent like a tooth fairy, or what was it? I didn't get the whole thing.
I don't even. Who knows?
Because now when you take the candy away, they're crying. Because why'd you take my candy?
Why give
my candy?
That's when you need to discipline your kid and say, because it's too much candy, your teeth are going to fall out. Now go do your homework or go play outside and put your phone down.
Use your dude wipes and go to bed.
Just make the candy disappear. When they ask for it, just be like, I don't know.
I know you always believe in your product, but they said they were sure they were going to get a deal. I thought that was a little naive, to be honest.
God bless.
Yeah.
And by the way, again, love the people. Totally good for them for coming up with this idea. Hopefully the next one sells, but I just don't think this is the one.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're trying to figure it out here, and I don't want to commit yet. But the Three Jerks Jerky said they just need to switch it out with jerky. Then we're in.
Yes. That's it. It's perfect.
We love that. We are looking forward to the jerky.
Shark Tank synergy. Have it here.
Right. So let's. I say we move on because they didn't get a deal.
No deal.
No one really liked it.
Which it was cute.
It was cute.
So
that's all it was.
I mean, it was cute for.
I totally forgot about
a stocking stuffer, little witch.
Right.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the parents have to go buy something. I don't know.
Right. It's pressure.
Exactly.
It's pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, enough gifts already.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Yeah, enough with the gifts.
The Switch Witch.
Just keep bringing us stuff here at AFTERBUZZ.
Exactly.
All right. right, so we're going to move on to the X-Craft. We have JD and Charles come out. They want $500,000 for 20% of their company, and pretty much this is a new and improved unmanned drone. Right. How do you guys feel about this? How do we feel about all these drones?
I'm not down with the drones.
I'm not down.
I like the phone drone. The phone drone was
Me too.
hot.
That
was hot.
My concern with the phone drone, though, is that this is what people are going to do when they periscope now. Is that this thing is going to follow them around all day. And you be going to the mall and you see a little... And you're trying to use your dew wipe in the back.
Right, like I can't.
Right. Did anyone feel like with the actual drone there was something we missed in the pitch? Because I didn't think they sold it that well that everyone went nuts over it.
Well, what I think is happening is I think this drone business is so out of hand, and I get it. Like, I'm actually a big fan of the drone, but my reasoning for a big fan of the drone is because I come from the action sports world, and I used to be a photographer in it. So the fact that it's what I feel like it was originally intended for, like the GoPro, the drone, was to capture these things that you couldn't, because A, it's dangerous to be a photographer in the water when someone's surfing a 20-foot wave. B, it's, there's adrenaline, there's speed, there's these things where they were very intelligently trying to figure out a way to capture these moments and share them. What it's now gone to is, I think, the problem with a lot of things. Like, some people take it to a certain extreme. Is it sellable? Is it marketable? Yes. But I just don't, I don't feel like what its first intention is what it's still being used for. And there's privacy issues, there's danger issues, like they've fallen out of the sky, you know what I mean? Like,
and then interfering with
planes.
Like they stress the fact that it can go 10,000 feet high. Then I found out that there's only rules and regulations. They can only fly at 400 feet.
But it's going to be
without permission.
Without filing a flight.
And then it's going to be it's going to be the amateurs who are not following the rules.
But they said at the beginning they can go up to 10,000 feet high.
But they need permission. They need a flight.
They have to have permission.
The other thing with that phone drone, which I thought was like a fun concept if you just like technology type things. Do you really want your phone to go away like that? No. I mean, it's gone.
But is it that serious? Hey, why do you want a phone?
What was the point of it? I missed that.
It's a cheaper solution to have a drone. Number one, it uses the technology that already is in the phone, that exists in the phone.
So it can take photos with you.
They can take photos. It uses the gyroscope that's already built in the phone to balance it.
I like it. Yeah.
And so it's a really.
All right, glad you saw it.
What are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with it?
I thought my phone would go flying and people would get a kick out of it. I didn't quite get it.
Yeah. Guy, I love
you. Hey, check this out. It's a 6 plus. Right. Wasn't that cool? Let's go buy another.
I think I missed. Was I drunk during the pitch? I think I missed bits of the pitch.
It goes into a thing.
It literally would be like my hand's the drone.
My only argument against this is I noticed when they showed a video, you need a second phone to operate it.
Well, but that's with every drone. That's with every drone. But you have something. You don't need it.
Thank you for my point.
But you can watch the drone, because I've seen them being used for films as well. You can watch what you're filming, but you don't need it. You can just trust. Like if you just want like the pan over the ocean or something like that, you don't need another one. You just won't see what's happening, but you can do it so that you live see what's filming.
The remote is the phone.
Remote control.
The remote is the phone. So you have to, in order to control it in any way, not seeing the video, they showed you have to use a phone to control.
So you have to have two phones?
Well, devil's advocate couldn't use an iPad or something. Most people.
Maybe I miss that.
How did they they were hyped about that drone. They were very excited about it. I mean, they got all the sharks.
They got all the sharks.
Yes. And that's I think, I could be wrong, third time that's happened?
I think second or third time.
I remember the breathometer. The breath, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
The way
the young kids. Who were the young kids? Remember they got them all 5 in? They had sold like necklaces.
Yes, the girls who started the necklace business, jewelry business out of their house.
I believe is the third one.
I think it's 3.
And did they all jump in on that? I don't think they all jumped in.
Yeah, they all went in. Because I remember Miss Wonderful going, "Look, we all want a part of this. What should we do?"
The bottle cap girls, right? That's what you're talking about, right?
I don't remember that one.
Bottle caps.
All right, so it's the second or third time. Point being is, did anyone feel when this drone came out, all the sharks are going to be in?
No.
It's going to be a shark fight.
I thought Mark or Robert are going to go after this thing.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Well, but it's interesting too, because then what does that show? Like, we've got a lot of the sharks are, Mark and Robert probably are not not the pioneers, is maybe not the right word, but they are so hip and up on what's happening in the tech world, in the gadget world. So the fact that they all wanted in, it makes me think that maybe we're the ones that aren't aware of what's happening.
I think to a certain extent, to a certain extent too, at least probably 2 of the sharks did a fear of missing out investment. Because this is a very popular thing, which we call
right FOMO,
a FOMO investment. Because this is a super popular thing right now. If there's any new kind of aspect in this world, I think it's worth. I mean, it's not that much money for each of them. $300,000 is a drop in the bucket for these guys. So really, if there's potential because all 5 of them are going in, why not?
Yeah, but I'm with you guys. I didn't quite get it. Maybe I'm just not up to date with all the technology.
I kind of got it. And again, I've actually flown one, and I've been around them a bunch. Yeah. So the fact that it can change the pivot angle, like it's kind of
pretty cool.
And the hovering.
Yeah,
the hovering,
like it's kind of, it's really neat because the skill and like what it takes to fly that. It seems like it would be harder, but it actually makes it easier. And the fact that you could program a flight pattern or whatever. Like I used to work in the camera crew too, and we did this music video with Moby, and there was this motion control camera, which you did that. You pretty much on a computer programmed how the camera would pass. Okay. And we did his video called Extreme Ways, and he's playing every instrument. So it'd be him playing green screen, him playing by himself, him play like on every one, and then you could put it all together. And to film stuff like that or whatever to get the same exact consistent path with a camera, that would be very hard to do with a drone.
Definitely.
So I feel like stuff like that could, you're like,
and
I
this
still
thing
don't
goes
need a drone.
60 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's
which
crazy.
is crazy.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I feel like also though, Steph, what you're saying, that's a different application than I feel like the average person is, at least that it's being marketed to. Right now I feel like it's being marketed to the average consumer. So let's say like us in our daily lives,
we don't need a drone.
We don't need it.
No,
I think what you're saying is talking about it using it like on set. I think that's a really interesting application, and I think that's where
it
makes more sense.
And I think that's where more money is.
Right, I'm not.
I think that's why ultimately it led to an investment, because you have both applications. You have the professional and you have the consumer because of the phone drone. Because these things are going to fly off the shelves when it comes to Christmas time. I mean, Brookstone, they're going to be everywhere.
That convinced it's a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Why do you want to say goodbye to your phone? I just like imagine my phone flying off.
But teenagers, oh my God.
Something can happen and just never come back.
Zoe, we got to work on this.
Phone number.
Never coming back.
You need to break up with your phone.
I agree with you here.
I mean, it's not that I'm super attached to it, but I mean, like, still, I'd like to have it.
$200 deductible.
Yeah.
Wait for that.
You know, I want to microchip it like my dog.
Extra insurance.
Right.
Who wants to fly with your phone?
So it turns out Mr. Wonderful goes in and offers $7,500,000 for 25%. We see him go up to $1 million for 25%. Damon then goes in at Damon goes in at $1 million for 25%. Mr. Wonderful meets that. Lori then tries to underbid them $1 million for 20%. And then these guys, which again, this confidence. I mean, yes, it seemed like they got a little greedy and they pushed their valuation up to like $10 million, but then they got it together and they came back down to, I think it was about like six.
Yep.
And they wanted $1.5 million for 25%, which gave the Sharks, each of them had to invest $300,000, and each of them got 5% of the company. So all in all, the fact that they worked and navigated through that and got all the Sharks together, that's smart.
That's amazing. Super boss move.
They did beautifully. They had a moment of madness, but they got put on the spot when asked what evaluation they wanted, and they said $10 million. So you can see them getting a bit, you know.
Right.
I'd probably stuff up like that. I definitely would.
Yeah.
But then they got it together.
I definitely would too. I don't know, 40? What are we talking about here?
Right. You know what was really cool though too is that they started this as a pre-sale on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So that is
so
really
they're
very
not in production either because they had to raise the rest of their money.
Which now that they have all the expertise of all the Sharks, I'm sure they'll cut costs, they'll have a better product, and they'll get it marketed.
This thing's gonna
insane,
literally fly.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see how they're going to adjust the camera on it, because right now the way that it flies, the camera's only at one way.
Right. Yeah.
It kind of looked like it was duct taped on.
It did a little bit. That GoPro did look a little stable.
Yeah.
It did a little bit.
No, I thought it was.
That and not use the mirror.
Okay.
Now, if we can train this thing to go fly and pick us up some Brookies, you got yourselves a deal.
Well, then you know what that drone might be.
She's like,
Could you imagine Brookie delivering by drone?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Fine, Marcus, we can get the drone.
Come on. GoFundMe right now.
Maybe it can pick up some jerky.
Oh yeah,
that too.
I think we might be getting some. Okay, and then so before we leave, we would just like to touch on the update, which is something that is interesting for you guys, saying that one of your goals might be to be something in Starbucks. We've got Lori and the Bantam Bagels, which are now in about 400 locations, I believe they said.
Starbucks,
they got Starbucks locations, which is great. They started the Bantam Bagels. They changed their packaging a little bit, but I always thought this one was it's like Munchkins for donuts. Like it's always.
So good. And I thought
it was good. I want to try them.
I want to try.
Yeah,
I haven't tried them either.
I remember from last season, the big debate was the name.
Her and Phil.
It was the name.
Yeah, and they didn't change it. They were going to change it. They said
they didn't change it.
I thought
they
added
on their packaging
stuffings or something.
Yeah, they added like a subline.
I think
so it's readily apparent.
I think that was my first show when you got in that debate. I thought you guys were lunatics.
And you still do.
The numbers on this thing are insane.
With us, Brookies and Dude Wipes, it could be worse.
The other thing that was interesting is they're also now on first-class flights out of New York for Delta Airlines.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I feel like a really big deal too.
Yeah.
I'm getting so jealous. I'm just becoming a spiteful, cynical human being.
Yeah. All right. Well, that about wraps up our episode for this. Again, why don't you guys tell us where we can find you, what people should try, how to order the Brookies. Thank you guys so much for coming. Take it away.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my God, you're so welcome. We love you guys.
So you can definitely visit our website at www.milkandbrookies.com. You can, if you're local to Los Angeles, you can visit our pop-up at Westfield, Culver City. We're at the 3rd floor food terrace across from Burger King. We have about how many flavors on the website now?
About 11 different flavors.
11 different flavors on the website. It's taking us we're getting orders in. We're constantly getting them out. So it's taking us about maybe 7 to 10 days to get them out. It's from the kitchen to your door. It's about 3 days, so they will arrive fresh. So come on in, check us out.
Yeah. Sweet.
We're there every day at the pop-up.
And what is your Twitter, social media? Have people follow you guys?
So on Twitter, we are Milk, the letter N, Brookies.
Okay.
On Instagram, we are Milk_and_Brookies. And on Facebook, we are Milk and Brookies.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys for having us. We appreciate it.
You guys are so fun.
Thank you. And until next week, Guy, where can the people find you?
Guy David 86, Twitter and Instagram. Thanks, guys. Thank you. How many employees do you have, quickly?
There's us.
And the 4 of us.
You guys are newfound interns.
Nice. And Zoe, where can the people find you?
I'm Zoe Hewitt. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Zoe Said What. That's ZOE Said What.
And will you use a Dude Wipe by next week?
Are you going to follow me on Twitter and Instagram?
Yes.
We'll see.
I love it. Done. You can follow me at The Only Cam Chef, Twitter and Instagram. Tomorrow night here at AfterBuzz TV, The Mindy Project. Wednesday, Mysteries of Laura. And Thursdays on Popcorn Talk, Netflix and Chill. Stef Z.
You guys
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
Yes. You guys
coming back for that.
Find me at IAMSTEFZ. Also, check out my website, rarebreedlifestyle.com. I just started another clothing line. Bye-bye.
All right.
Are you going to dress us?
Yeah. Take care, guys. Have a good night.
Night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.